All right, we're going. All right, welcome back to what is this episode 7 now of the Jumpcast?
This is so long.
I
We've been
know,
doing this
dude.
for so long.
Will it be 7 weeks, almost 2 months now? We gotta do a
Almost.
celebration. Something
We
coming up for
do.
it. Yeah. So of course I'm Max, and I'm always joined by my other host.
Nick,
Yeah,
that's me.
and we got 3 new chapters today, so we got plenty to talk about. We don't have a guest this week, so I don't think we're gonna do like every week as a guest, maybe every few weeks, because
Yeah,
they do get
every
pretty
once in a
long.
while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, this week we had all 3 chapters that we talked about. Everything came out, which is really good, and we got a decent amount to talk about. A decent amount to
Yeah,
talk about
we
all
got
of
some
them.
bad chapters.
Yeah. I mean, my only thing
But
is My Hero was
other
short this week. It's kind
My
of
Hero
weird.
was short, but it crammed in a lot
Yeah.
for what it was doing. Like it crammed in like the the backstory for one character and then also I don't know, uh crammed in the rest of the fight. It did a lot with 15 pages, excuse me.
Yeah. And yeah, I
But
mean,
yeah,
we got the octopus guy still, and then the guy who can control animals. They do like their ultimate moves or something, and then
Octo
Spinner
Expansion, whatever.
just barrels.
Yeah.
Hey, Spinner does his thing, but
Yeah,
uh,
Spinner be idiot.
and I mean they
Mob
kind of touched on again that
Mob.
thing they've been saying in the past about like how the quirks like evolve because like Killer Mike or whatever his name was, I forgot. He's like, dude,
Yeah.
these guys. He's like, these boys, sorry, these young men, are even stronger than we were when we were their
Oh
age.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it'll
the
be,
whole like quirks will get so strong that humanity can't handle itself. That whole situation. I really like the art that they did this week as well. I feel bad because we always have like a lack of things to talk about with My Hero. Like because what is it? Like there's not necessarily something to be hyped about. It's just like, oh crap, there's a new My Hero chapter. I might as well read it. And then it's just like, oh, it's pretty good.
it's always consistent that we're getting My Hero, and I mean, yeah,
Yeah, we're getting a break next week.
are we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think so, at least from what I read.
Yeah.
Um,
But no, dude,
yeah,
Spinner looks this like new form he gets looks so good, like drawn out and stuff. Oh my gosh,
yeah.
like
No, dude, he looks so cool with the scale armor, just like a puppet of carnage.
and like the way he talks, I love that. Like the don't care, like kind of like
Don't
he
care.
is like a giant beast now. It's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I wonder.
he's
I
small. He
it.
don't think big.
So there's the part of him like looks like when he's a little kid running, and it, like reminded me of like Chainsaw Man, like when Aki becomes the gun devil, or he's like taken
Oh
over.
yeah.
So I'm wondering. I think it is like the group of like doctors and nurses that like got in line and like they're like, no, you can't pass. They're dead. I'm like, no, there's no way.
Oh yeah.
They're gone.
No,
They're gone.
he
So I'm
was
like,
he was just having his own little moment. It's like I got all my allies behind me, and then he just looks like,
cause
no one's there.
this is My Hero. It's like they can't. We can't we can't show
You
violence.
show Bakugo's heart getting blown up,
Yeah.
and stabbed, but we can't see civilians die every once in a while.
uh
You woke moralists? Imagine.
Dude, I keep having to like each week push stuff that's on my desk further and further back because I want to keep touching stuff. Like I have my printer next to me. There's like a little tab I always tap, and I tapped it too hard just now, and you can hear a thunk of it like moving. So I'm like, oh shoot, shit, I can't be doing that when we're recording. So I'm like, I gotta
Just
like,
keep drinking water,
I
dude.
know
It's fine.
I gotta do that. Like duct tape my hands to my desk.
Duct
Some
tape 40s to each hand while doing while doing the
Oh
podcast,
my
dude. You
gosh,
make this.
we need to recap and talk about Shibuya while doing Edward 40 hands. Oh my gosh, that'd be
Oh my
so
God,
much
that'd be so
fun.
good. So fun.
Get some Four
Um,
Locos or something.
oh, danger, dude.
It's, yo, but
Lord.
Yeah, we're getting off. We always get off topic when it's a My Hero, which is kind of sucky
Yeah.
because I'm like, it's been around, it's a really well done series, but I'm like, we don't have a lot to talk about each week. Like you said, it sucks because
Yeah.
honestly, I used to make fun of it. Like I watched it when I first started
Oh
watching anime
yeah.
again because I'm like, oh, it's a good one. I've heard it's a good one to start on, but I'm like, this isn't bad. Like it's the fandom that's the issue with me. That's my issue with
Yeah.
My Hero. So I'm like, this series is pretty good. And I mean, I have you caught up on the new season of the anime at all?
I that's an excellent question. That's an excellent question.
Take
I
that as
have
a
not.
no. I watched like the
I
first
really have
episode.
not. Yeah, no, I watched the first two, but the fight felt like it was dragging on so long.
Yeah,
Like, what is it? Between, God damn it, what's Bunny Girl's name? I forgot.
Miyuki or something.
Oh, Mirako, that's what it
Mirako.
was. Mirako versus the high-end Nomus.
Yeah.
That fight just felt like it was dragging on, and it's also probably just because like I've read it first, so anything that I've read, like I'm like, pick up the pace, get this over with. This like I'm doing that like even with Hunter x Hunter now. Like I've
Mhm.
read a little bit, like you know what, I should just watch it because I'll relax a little bit more. And then it's just like this is so slow. Pick up the pace, dude.
I know, dude. I'm like debating. I'm like, I want to watch it, but I'm like, maybe I'll just wait till, because I watched it dubbed. So I'm like, maybe I'll just wait till the dub, wait till the dub's finished, and then I'll just put it on while I'm doing homework or
I think
whatever.
that that'd be pretty good as well.
Like literally doing anything else, because I'm like, I can't just sit there and watch a series anymore. It's really
Yeah,
bad. Like
it's really hard.
it's so hard to do because I'm like, it's not just like, oh, I could be doing other stuff. It's like I just get bored.
Mhm.
Like Blue Box.
Yeah,
I've slowly
yeah.
been. Well, I haven't been keeping up with Blue Box. I'm on like episode 3 because I'm like I sit through like
Oh,
half an episode and I'm
okay.
like I can't
You
watch
mean
this.
Blue Lock?
Blue Lock, not Blue Box.
Yeah,
But I'm like I
it's the
just
same
can't sit
thing.
through it. I can't sit through it. Even like one episode, I'm like I need to put on like a Subway Surfers gameplay while I'm watching. Got the attention span of a goldfish clearly by wanting to like touch all this crap on my desk. Like I keep like my little Hot Wheels AE86 that's on my desk. I keep like going to reach for it. I'm like no, no,
I
but
already
no.
finished my water, so that shows how far I've gone. Um,
But yeah, My Hero this week, I loved it. I honestly really like
yeah,
this chapter. Like I'd say it
it was
about
pretty
every yeah.
engaging compared to others.
Exactly. My Hero has been kind of slacking recently. And now it's not, so it's
Mm,
doing pretty good. And for 15 chapters, the art. I will say, like, Horikoshi, I didn't really think of him as, like, the greatest mangaka, like, art-wise. He's doing
yeah,
pretty good. I mean, I think he's got better. Every mangaka, has the thing they're known for, but it's like,
yeah.
Horikoshi's been doing pretty good with this
This one's
art-wise.
been really good.
This,
I
yeah.
do want to ask you, what do you think is going to happen next chapter? Because they've kind of left it open-ended, either between, what is it, Spinner and Voice Dude
Yeah.
on keeping Kurogiri down. What are your thoughts? What do you think's gonna happen?
Well, it's like, something's gotta happen. Because it's like, um, All for One really, really wants to get over to like Shigaraki and Deku. So I'm like, is he gonna like get put on the bad side? Is he
Yeah,
gonna like is the microphone dude gonna be able to like be like, hey yo bro, we used to be homies.
we
Like
were
we
homies.
were we were brothers. But I'm like,
Exactly.
it's that's the thing with the open ended endings. It's like of chapters, but like we can't really tell. But I'm like, I think you could go either way with it.
Yeah.
Um, because it's like he said for Spinner, he's like, oh, you just need to play a recording of my or Shigaraki's voice and you'll be fine, and he'll like listen. But I'm like, maybe
Oh
not.
yeah.
Like, what's going on in
Maybe.
there?
I don't know.
I don't know. What are you thinking, Nick?
Hmm. I think that you're right on that prediction. I think that like what is it? To set up everything correctly, I think that um that Kurogiri has to teleport everyone. Like there's no other way to like we're in the final stage, and they really want to like hype up everything, and especially with all the things with All for One like regenerating and everything,
Mm-hmm.
it's just necessary.
I don't know. We'll just like we say with Chainsaw Man, we just have to wait for next
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Yes.
So, My Hero, pretty good this week. I'll be real, for 15 pages, I'm not complaining. That was pretty good.
Neither am
Um, I mean,
I. Anyways.
any other closing thoughts?
Um. No. My hero's my hero. I feel bad. I don't want to trash on it. I'm sure that what is it? There are people in the community that are great, and I'm sure that some people are mad that we don't cover it that well.
Exactly.
Um, we probably should do better on that. But yeah,
Just wait for
My
a week
Hero
with just
is
My Hero coming out.
yes, it's My Hero. Yeah, exactly. We're gonna we're gonna take a break this week actually. Um,
uh,
My Hero is always a good like 6 to 7 out of 10 when it
mm,
comes to a chapter coming out. Like it's always engaging enough for me to read it. So like what is it? When I read this stuff, I'm usually at work because
yeah.
I have nothing better to do. My Hero, I can always consistently just read it back to back, like page to page without having to like think like maybe I should be doing my job. Like it keeps me engaged long enough to get through it and then be like, okay, let me get back to work.
Because each week, I usually start off with My Hero. I'm like, it's a good one to start off
Yeah.
reading. I usually go, like, I get My Hero in, I'll read my blue box, and then I'll go to Jujutsu Kaisen, and then it's not published by Viz, but there's another series I'm reading weekly that comes out on Sunday too, so I'll read that one whenever it gets posted. But I'm like, My Hero is it's always a good starting point, in my opinion. It's like, it's
Yeah.
good.
It's a good ease to ease yourself into the new
Exactly.
chapters.
It's such a good one to ease yourself into reading, to watching, to ease yourself into reading weekly too. I think it's a good one to start off because you're getting a
Yeah.
chapter. Literally, like Horikoshi's trying to end the series right now, so it like takes no breaks. So I'm like, boom.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we got
Yeah.
some good thoughts on My Hero. Chainsaw Man. Now. Oh my god, Deji.
What are your thoughts? Let's get into this.
Dude, he's just the average 16-year-old. He sees a girl and he's like, oh, oh.
Whoa.
Exactly. He's just this average 16-year-old. I love just how when the one dude, and we did forget what devil he made a contract was, the octopus, because he used it in the fight, but we're like, when he pulls him and he's like, dude, come on, it was supposed to be natural, come on.
Yeah, that was such a natural way to reveal myself. I was doing so good.
Dude, I got confused at first because I thought that one chick that came out that like Chainsaw Man was gonna reveal himself to was Yuko, and like, wait,
No,
Yuko
me
has
too.
glasses. It can't be
Me
her.
too.
3 times Fujimoto's got us with the door. 3 times.
Oh yeah.
We're talking about Yuko 3 times. We got Power, and then we got Aki, and
Aki.
yeah, and then now we got Yuko. I don't know if Yuko was like not instantly like, I know she's like, hey, I'm gonna try and eat you. I could try and eat you, but I'm like, I don't know. She seemed like tame enough at the door, so I'm like, she should be chilling. I'm thinking, so I'm like, maybe, but yeah, I'm like, let's just go for it. I'm like, let's go for it. Also, whatever the Yusa or whatever, the War Devil made the sword out of Yuko. So it is literally, so we talked about it like last week, but it literally, or like a few weeks ago, literally anything she can make a weapon out of, it turns out. Because we thought it was just people, but like literally it's the uniform. It can be internal organs now or whatever, so, or the leg. So I'm like, boom. But yeah, no, and I love the part where like Deji gets pulled away too, and the War Devil's like, come on, like, you think I'm not even worth your time anymore? And like,
Yeah. Show yourself.
Show yourself, Chainsaw Man. Like, I'm like, come on. Like, this is Fujimoto. This is peak Fujimoto. This chapter was. It was good. It was goofy,
I agree.
beautiful. Like his beautiful art style, like perfectly encapsulating him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I I really like that Yuko is still alive, purely just for the sense that she's probably gonna be turned into like I have no clue what the hell the War Devil could transform her into, but just like some like a tank. Like she's merely just like an arsenal now. I'm sure that what is it? Her and Asa are gonna build up a better relationship now. Like this goes a little bit into my predictions, but it's probably gonna be like Yuko's living with Asa for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be living together, bonding even closer, just for Fujimoto to do the whole like 1-2, you have no more friends, you're alone. Um, so yeah. I also it's funny that Asa keeps on having that dream of walking on dead chickens.
After killing Bucky. Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, I was like, I didn't realize that was a. I don't know if I was just stupid or just glanced over that part, that little caption. I didn't realize that was a dream at first. Like,
Oh really? So we're
what's going
just
on?
walking
I'm like,
from
did someone kill like 40 chicken devils or something?
she's
Why is
walking
there
through
like
the Titan manufacturing plant right now. What's going
I'm like,
on?
why? And then I read back. I'm like, oh, it's a dream. It's the same one. I'm like, okay. Also, I love like when Asa gets up, just the war devil's just out cold snoring probably.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see. Because I'm like, I don't know what to think. Like what if like you said, a tank. Like what is Yuko gonna become when
Yeah.
Fujimoto kills her off?
Turn
Because
her into a plane. Turn her
exactly.
into a fighter jet.
Because I'm like, if she can regenerate limbs and stuff, I'm like, temporarily, Asa could use her like for swords and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But I'm like,
But like what is it? They could just get like a bunch of blood and then just keep on feeding Yuko and turning her into a weapon.
true, yeah. There's a lot you could do with that.
I'm sure that that could even be like a plan that the War Devil has. It's just
Mm.
like, listen, we have an unlimited arsenal right now. Let's convince Yuko into doing this.
She's like Dutch. She's like, Asa, I have a
Ah,
plan. We just
yeah.
need to get some blood, and then we can go to Tahiti.
Yeah.
uh, but I like there's it's like every Fujimoto chapter we say it. We don't. What the hell is gonna happen next? We
Yeah.
cannot predict. This man this man tries to fly on YouTube and try to like levitate and shit. Like there's no way we can tell what it's like
Well,
next in that head. Like
he's done everything. Did you see
stop.
he finally revealed himself on Twitter? It's just like, I am Fujimoto.
Oh, after everyone called him out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. I need to actually start following mangakas on Twitter. I don't use Twitter ever, and I'm like, we got to make a Twitter account
We do
too.
right now.
I'm like,
I mean, we do.
yeah.
But we can get verified in an instant now. We just gotta pay $8 a month.
Oh my gosh, dude. Dude, that's my Crunchyroll subscription. I'm like, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
That's like Disney Plus. It's like Crunchyroll. I'm like,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I think my Audible's a little bit more, but I'm like. I got better things I would pay a monthly subscription for.
Exactly.
We could though. Once we
Yeah.
start bringing
Thank
that bread
you.
with this stuff, if we
Yes.
ever bring bread in with this
Any
podcast.
ad revenue will go towards our Twitter verification.
uh, oh my gosh, yeah, no, dude, Chainsaw Man, always really good every week. Unpredictable. Thank you, Fujimoto, for making it unpredictable. Because like, also that's sometimes my issue with like stuff like JJK, and what's been my issue with My Hero is like every chapter, like you know what's gonna happen next, and that's my thing with Fujimoto. I'm like when I read it on Tuesday, and I'm like for the next like every time I think about Chainsaw Man, I'm like, what's gonna happen next? I have no idea.
I mean, what is it? We do this for the podcast now, but I was thinking about like with the other stuff that I read, like maybe it'd just be better if I took a break for like a month and just didn't read them and then come back to them later. Because like
Mm.
four chapters that like run back to back to back, I'm noticing now, well, except for like Blue Box. Blue Box you can read like every week and it's still like an enjoyable thing. But like I need like what is it with Dandadan? And we don't talk about this on the podcast. Like the week to week chapters are so slow, and I understand that right now that it's in a build up arc, like it's setting up for something a lot bigger,
Hmm.
but it's just a slog to get through
I know
compared
that's
to
yeah.
like binging it.
I know, cause that's the thing. I'm like, for the audience, me and Nick listened to the Honored ones. That's kind of also like kind of inspired us to start this. The Honor ones does it on Sunday, and then they just because with Chainsaw Man's schedule, they just don't talk about Chainsaw Man. So I'm like,
Yeah.
kind of like that idea, but I'm like, we got to talk about Chainsaw Man. Otherwise, we're just talking about like
No,
two things each week.
well, like Chainsaw Man is really fun to keep up with.
Hmm.
And I like talking about this week to week because it's just like, I mean, we always come to the conclusion of like, I don't know what the hell is going to happen next chapter.
We have
But
theories
it's
though.
fun talking about how, yeah, yeah, it's just fun talking about what happened and like the funny moments, like the like, "It's so troll, dude. I was about to reveal my
Come on,
identity.
man.
Come on, man."
I know. Yeah. Chainsaw Man every week is so good to read. I love it. I'm gonna be real. I think I said it a while ago, but like Fujimoto's art style, I didn't like it at first. I wasn't a big fan of it, and now I'm like, it's whenever like we get to those fight scenes, like post fight scenes, when like you see like Deji as Chainsaw Man, I'm like, it's really good actually. Like there's a lot of detail in it.
Yeah. No, it's really, what is it? There's so much more detail now, but like when you first initially read Chainsaw Man, which is good for people that are just like now getting into it with the anime, um, like the art style is like kind of rough to get through. Like that, there's the one panel during the Bomb Devil arc where he vomits up the flower, and Denji just looks so weird. I don't know, maybe you can use it for the thumbnail,
I know,
but it
yeah,
looks so awkward. The one where
exactly,
he's
yeah,
like, ta-da. It's really weird.
yeah. I'm like, so there's points where like it looks really choppy and really rough, but I'm
Yeah.
like, for the most part, I'm like, it's a lot better during the fight scenes. Is when Chainsaw Man really shines with its art style. But yeah. Do you have any closing thoughts on Chainsaw Man, Nick?
Um, turn Yuko into the Pentagon.
Perfect, perfect. I don't know how to I don't know how to follow that up.
Anyways, the big hitter,
The big hitter, JJK, dude.
JJK. Okay.
Kenjaku being the goat. Dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
I mean, it was such a good chapter. Fights in JJK are always so good. This and it's so sad at the same time because I love Choso and seeing him get his shit rocked. It's so sad.
something I noticed. I don't know if you noticed it, Nick. Is Kenjaku called Choso a source, like a grade one sorcerer, not a
Yeah.
cursed spirit, which I thought was kind of interesting because I was like, isn't he like a spirit technically? So I'm like, but
Yeah, well, he's like half and half.
yeah, that's my thing. So I'm like, because I'm like, they're like grade one source. If like he's a grade one spirit, then I'm like, then he's like a second grade sorcerer basically. So I'm like,
Yeah,
why is he able to keep up if he's a second grade? So I'm like, that makes more sense than they're saying
yeah,
he's a grade one sorcerer. But like, dude, that panel of Kenjaku just dodging the piercing blood just casually is so good. And then, oh
and
my
he
god,
does it so fashionably. Can we point that out? He's smiling. He's
he's
having fun.
I love, dude. Kenjaku is such a good villain. I love him because he's like, he's he knows when to be cocky because like you saw at the start of the fight, he had his eyes open during the fight, and then he started just dodging Choso with his eyes closed. So I'm like, let's go, Kenjaku. But
Like
I'm like,
he dodged it at point blank. Well, what is it? It wasn't point blank when it. when Choso fired it, but just like that panel of like the blood about to hit Kenjaku, and then he's just like, nah, never
Nah.
mind. Miss me with that shit.
It's but yeah, and then he like the panel of like the supernova like right after it goes off of like with
Yes.
the dead spirit he's holding. Oh my gosh, dude. This was such a good fight to read. This is getting me like back up like to the hype level I was when like during Yuta's fight during the Sendai colony. I was like let's
Yes.
go. Let's go.
Yes.
Dude, and then at the end of like my thing is like is he about to domain? Is he about to like get a power up? Because I'm like, if he just gets like the techniques of his other brothers, I'm like, he's still gonna die.
Yeah. I
Like,
mean, like having 8 different techniques in hand would
true.
confuse.
Yeah.
At least it would throw him off for a little bit. I think, well, what is it? They're the big theory that I see, and I'm sure that you've seen it as well, is like it's maximum technique. He's not gonna pull out a domain
Mm-hmm. Because
because like what is it? Oh, sorry.
no, you
Because
go,
like
you go.
because in the beginning of the chapter, like also I just love to point out that like Choso is like using Kenjaku's knowledge against him. Because like he knows that if him and Yuki fight together, that like Yuki's gonna be held back because of Choso. Like it's the whole like Gojo Satoru situation. Like a special grade is in their prime when they're alone.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, dude. Thank you for pointing that out. No, I've seen no one say that. No one said it. So like, but no,
And
yeah.
then
Oh my gosh, dude.
like he's saying like I'm like he's gonna try to pull him out to like use his domain,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't know what that really entails. Um, but like I with him saying that, I feel like that at least to me, and I could be wrong because he could pull out a domain next chapter. I think that that's setting up that Shoso does not believe in himself enough to pull out a domain
Yeah.
expansion on Kenjaku. Because, like, well, what is it? If he pulls it out right now, he'll maybe make Kenjaku pull it out and he'll be weak, but then that's
And then
also
he
like a
can't
straight
use
up
his technique, so then Yuki could come in. So I'm like, like,
exact.
but we'll have to see. Because I'm like, dude, if it is straight up just him trying to use like the power of like friendship bullshit, I'm like, this is JJK. He's dead. Like, there's no like he's gone. If he's like
Yeah.
the way it was implying, there's plenty of ways it could go. But if it goes down the power of friendship that doesn't actually power him up, it's just like him trying to
My
like
blood orbs.
he's just trying to be like like hype himself up.
Yeah.
Like he's
Yeah.
dead. He's
Little
gone.
brothers in the little vials, they're just like piping there, like, woo,
Like
Coach Joe. You
he's
gotta hype.
gone.
You
He's
gotta
gone.
hype, man. Yeah.
I'm like, but
But
we'll have
I
to.
think that it entails more.
I
I
hope it does. I think it will, but we'll just
I don't
have
know what
to.
the maximum technique will be,
Mm-hmm.
like, but it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something fire.
Because also, I want to know if Choso does end up dying in this at the end of this fight, or I don't know if it's gonna go to the end of this next chapter or however long. Is Yuji gonna feel it? Like,
Yeah, I really want him to.
because Choso
I
felt his
want
other two
him to.
brothers dying, and I'm like, hmm.
Yeah,
Because then
and it could
also,
be that you saw them, so
mm-hmm.
he didn't realize what was going on.
So what I'm also wondering, because like there's that I don't know if who said it. I forget. Someone said it that like you can like if someone else has your same technique, you can like feel them upgrading it or something. So I'm like, if he busts out a maximum technique, is Kamo gonna like feel it across Japan? He's gonna be like, hmm,
Mhm.
I actually have a
I think
chance now
that
of
was
being not a mid
weird.
character.
That's true.
But
Wait, what are you quoting? I'm really confused.
I don't remember where, but I swear I heard somewhere someone said that like if you have the same technique as someone and
Mm,
they upgrade their technique, upgrade the technique or something, that
mm.
it'll become strong or something like how like um Naobito had the frame rate technique and then
Yeah.
Nahayas had it and then his was like stronger kind
Mm.
of
I don't know if it was
like
stronger
passed
during
down
his
through the
first.
generations it gets stronger or they get faster.
I think it's just that they know how to utilize it better because
Mm-hmm.
someone else has already done it. Because it's the whole thing with it's the whole thing with like Satoru, Megami, and what is it, Kamo, and it's that since they have the family technique, they know what techniques they can do, like Maharaga, for example, or like what is it, Hollow Purple. Because like Gojo pulled out Hollow Purple because he knew that it was in the Limitless technique to pull it out, and then
Oh,
he
okay.
to succeed on it and blow a hole through Toji.
Okay, yeah, that makes a ton more sense. But I'm like, maybe I was just being schizophrenic and just thinking random bullshit.
I have friends on the other
Dude,
side
I
talking to
am Sigma.
but in that melody.
That's
Um,
the thing. I want to see more of on the subject of like music stuff. I want to see more of Utahime and the other principal, because I'm like, they have to have something cool. Because I know, um, you have like the guitar technique that like putting like using the amp to output the cursed energy. But I'm like,
yeah,
Urahime's voice actor in Japanese, I saw this when like JJK first came out, is also a famous singer. So I'm like, she's got to have something like also like music or singing based. I'm like, maybe we'll see something cool if we ever see her again.
yeah, that's true. I don't think that she'll. I don't know. We don't know how long the story's gonna go because
Exactly.
we heard rumors at least 2 years ago that it was gonna end 2 years ago, 2 years later. Um, and like, what is it? I guess that we are in the final arc. I'm not sure, but it's going on for so long.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to expect. We could see a fight with her.
Cause what it's
I
been,
hope it's not
yeah,
filler in the anime. That's all I hope.
yeah, or yeah, like we need to see some other stuff of all these other people we saw. But I'm like, I don't know. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. Whatever.
Yeah. What is it? Um, I also just like all the lore dumps and all the like explanations because it also like really sets in like because what is it? So we know that Yuji is just like the fact that Yuji is alive is his purpose. His
Mm-hmm.
purpose is really just to hold Sukuna because like as long as Sukuna's alive, Kenjaku's plan works.
Yeah.
um, which is really cool. And I love Choso's whole thing is like, as long as you're alive, there's no way that Yuji can make people unhappy. You're the fault.
Yeah. I like he even like acknowledged Kenjaku as his like daddy's like my creep of a father.
Yeah, my creep of a father. Um, and then what is it? The explanation of what designates someone as a special grade.
They can take on a country, like a nation.
Nations,
Yeah.
multiple. They can basically rule the
Yeah.
world.
Cuz
Um,
also back to like Choso unveiling something. He totally is going to back to it. Thinking back, he is because Yuki said not yet. Like he's going to do something.
Yeah. She can predict it better. It's cool that she can predict it better than Tengen. It's like, bro, you haven't been in a fight for so long, you don't know what the hell's going on.
Exactly. We'll eventually get to see Tengen fight at this rate.
No, bro, he's gonna get stomped.
He's getting just
I don't
absorbed by Kenjaku.
but what is it? Because that makes sense, and that kind of puts into perspective a lot of the characters in JJK. Because like we're gonna go off of Kenjaku's thing, because Kenjaku I don't think ever really speaks like he's lying. Well, like what is it? to to the audience, I should say, because he lied to the disaster curses.
Yeah.
But like, I'm sure that he's easing up his how he talks because he's literally about to murder Choso. He's
Yeah.
like, Choso, you're gone. You have nothing left. I'm gonna explain to you how a special grade is signified. Um, because that just makes me think like, okay, so Hikari and uh Ishigori are not
hmm
special grade.
Based on his classification, I don't even think Utah would be in that classification.
Yeah. Well,
Honestly.
like the whole thing with Utah is that like Rika and him are insanely fast, and the ability to copy techniques, I think, is more of like the crucial thing
hmm
behind Utah.
When
Is
his like
like,
well, his like bottomless well of cursed energy too is I think
yeah,
part of it.
Yeah, he has a lot of different factors going towards him, and like they said that he's a special grade, so I'm just gonna believe it. There has to be something different. Like maybe Hikari for like those 4 minutes and 11 seconds could take on the world, could just like kill everyone while listening to Michael Jackson. Like
Exactly.
Sanders is he's not a special grade, and it makes sense for why Yaga was gonna be promoted to special grade. Because
Mm.
like if you can create a standing army of fluff balls, of little pandas, you could take over a nation.
Also, I didn't realize that with Ghetto's technique, he could amplify um, a curse he had with his own cursed energy. I thought he could just deploy it, and that
No,
used a bit of his cursed energy. Like, oh, deploying like this second grade dragon with whatever.
yeah,
But I'm like that gives it an interesting
but
thought.
like
So I'm
what is
like,
it? Kenjaku is just better at Ghetto's technique.
he's so
He's
much,
like
yeah.
math technique a lot better because like Ghetto did he did do very well against Utah, not well enough clearly. Um, but like Kenjaku by the fact that like he can stomp a first grade with just like measly bugs.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even gonna bet that they're even on like maybe like third grade,
Mm-hmm.
like maybe fifth grade, and he's just like he's hyping them up, you know?
Because yeah, like, Joseph still has not landed a hit on him. And that was, like, his one goal, basically. But I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll have to see. I know.
And then there's also the what is it? The mistranslation or like
Oh, yeah.
I say mistranslation, but I'm reading it over and um it's not uh that bad. Or maybe here's the thing. Oh wait, I should go onto my phone and look. Because
I think they
from
fixed
how I
it.
read it, yeah,
It's different. Because I looked at the scans you sent me today, and they were different than what they said on Sunday. And then when because we always reread before we record. And
yeah,
after when I was doing my reread, I'm like, because they said there's like a mistranslation that
like both Satoru Gojo
could
and
use
Sugru could,
curse
or,
manipulation. So I'm like, but I think they fixed it. I'm gonna
yeah,
find it
well,
right
like
now.
how it was, yeah, it's definitely fixed. But what it said initially, and it like confused me, and of course everyone else. People on were on the subreddit just like shitting on Viz,
Mm-hmm.
which I want to say like Viz is trying their best. Like
Yeah.
my man, you're 3 days to translate a completely different language with different symbolic meanings behind it or like phrases. Like it's gonna be hard. And also like matching it into like the same amount of space that they give over in Japan, it's a hard thing to do. Give these people credit.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but
Yeah,
like
they
it's
changed it. So it's the
yeah,
ability to single-handedly overthrow nations. That's obviously true for Satoru Gojo. But Suguru Geto can also wield a gruesome army through his curse manipulation. They said both Gojo and Geto could have done it through curse
yeah,
manipulation.
yeah.
Yeah, no, dude, I get it. Viz is doing their best. It is 3 days to translate, but I'm like,
Hmm.
they,
Like it's hard. It's
yeah,
just hard.
and because a lot of the time with like translating to different languages, like if you just translate like something straight from English to French, you could lose. Like, yeah, they're both Western languages, so it'd be fine. But say like you translated from like English to Mandarin Chinese, because there's no alphabet with Mandarin Chinese, or just Chinese in general. You could completely lose the meaning of what you were trying to say. So it's like you got to be really on top of it, really careful. And 3 days is not enough time. Like,
Yeah.
mm.
And also like I'm sure that these translators work on multiple different series.
Yeah,
Or maybe they don't, but still, it's just like that's hard to handle. And like translations are fixed as well over time because like the not like the what is it? The physical novels,
they
which is a
change
good
them.
way of
Yeah.
buying them,
Hmm.
is that they have way more information. They have like what is it? Even in the newest volume, like they had like Kukuru unit rankings
Yeah.
of like all the what is it? All the Zenin
The hay.
like Yeah, the Hay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they're what is it? They give a lot more context to the characters, and of course, like there's the fix with Maki's chapter where it was like they only did like the basically the storyboarding for one of the panels because Gege was getting overworked and he had health issues.
Oh yeah,
Um, yeah. So Viz, you should sponsor us because we're saying please buy the physical
yeah,
volumes because that's
exactly.
the best
Cause
experience.
I'm looking, I'm like, literally 2 of my shelves are full of only Viz series.
Yeah.
So I've got like JJK, I've got some Bleach, I've got Chainsaw Man, I've got some stuff I bought at that store when I went to San Francisco in Japanese. Then I've got all of Demon Slayer, some Spy Family, and some Communicate, Communicate, and then whatever's on the top row. But
And
I'm like,
we'll hype them up even more once they
exactly.
are so nice to us.
Dude, I looked
We
into
love
it
you.
because I'm like, it's about every month is when we should have been getting every new JJK issue, and we're getting Volume 8.
Mhm.
It's not until December. I looked
I
on.
know.
I
And then we
looked
have
on.
to wait another 3 months until
Exactly.
night. That's the annoying part, but it's
Because
I don't know.
because 18 is the Hikari one, I'm pretty sure. 19's
Yeah,
the Ishigori. No. 19 is, I have 19. 19's Higuruma. 20 is Ishigori.
yeah,
Which I can't wait for
yeah.
the Ishigori one. That one's cool. That is honestly
They
one of my
just announced
favorites.
Tosh one too.
Yeah. And he's blue
Yeah,
hair, not blonde hair like everyone thought. Did you see that?
I know.
I'm like,
It's so weird. I did not expect that, but it's still really cool.
it's like how everyone thought Power had like pink hair.
Yeah, yeah,
That's also part of it. You get characters in color, so you get to see what they actually look like before the anime comes out too. So I'm like, pretty
exactly.
sick to
And
see.
the animes then butcher what they look like, and then you get like what is it? I remember when the first Chainsaw Man trailer came out, and like I loved it. I was so hyped for it, but the one thing that pissed me off is that they gave Aki brown eyes. I was like, bro,
Did
does
they?
it looked so yeah, it looked so off. You can go back and watch the first trailer. It looked so weird seeing Aki with brown eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Like he looked like an old ass man.
Yeah.
So yeah,
There
it's
was
just like
something with on the subject of, like changing stuff up in the anime, that they clarified with the most recent episode of Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War. That I was really happy about. So I won't go into that to spoil you, but they fixed something, or they didn't fix something. I don't know if it was
yeah,
actually meant to be, but I'd say clarified something. So
yeah.
yeah, yeah, dude, Viz sponsor us. Sponsor us, dude.
Please.
Like, give me 3 box sets of Bleach, and I will gladly talk about
You're
whatever
my
series you want.
celebrity. Please,
Yeah,
please.
dude, come on. We're like, dude, I want those box sets, dude. I want them so bad. I don't want to spend like $400 though. They're right, Viz. I will gladly spend $400 on a series.
Yes.
But yeah, no, dude. If one day
Just
we will
one
be the
day.
Viz employees and doing a podcast for them. Oh my god, we can
Oh my
dream.
God. The
We can
dream.
the
The
dream.
dream.
Screw my
But
business degree, dude. I'm gonna pursue a communications
exactly.
degree. uh, all right, I think we're starting to ramble on, so I think this is probably gonna be a good point to cut it off.
Wait, oh wait. So
Oh,
wait.
you have something you wanna?
I want to hear. I want to hear your last words on JJK before we finish this out.
Um, if it's power friendship and he doesn't actually get a power up, Choso is dead. But it's probably not gonna be that. Um, I want to see Kenjaku curb stomp more of Choso. This is a cool fight because like we really haven't seen Kenjaku fight. So I'm like, I'm sorry that it has to cost the life of Chozo, but I'm like, I want to see more of this fight, dude. And getting to see Yuki's technique, hopefully, because
Yeah.
if it has to involve that like dragonfly or something that she's had.
Oh yeah, that weird ass
Because
thing.
I saw something like someone trying to figure out what it could be, because they said like, oh, throughout the series it's grown. Like when she met Toto when Toto was like a little kid, it was small, and then during Shibuya it was a lot bigger. So I'm like, I don't know if it's like she can control the size of it or it grows like with her, but I'm like,
It definitely looks like a Yuta case. Where it's
yeah,
the fact of like you just curse someone, and I was like, I'm gonna leave you with me. This
exactly.
works out.
All
Hype me up.
right, what are your final thoughts?
Um, I've lost hope on a blood manipulation domain expansion, but if we get it, I'll be happy.
Oh yeah.
I'll be really sad that Choso died, but I'll be very hyped.
All right. Thank you so much for listening this week. Of course, I'm always Max, and I'm always joined by
Nick, you
Nick.
guys have a wonderful
I
week.
wonder what's
We'll
your
see
week.
you next week.
Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments. Let us know what you
Yes.
think about these chapters. Anything we can
Yeah.
improve. You guys have a good week.
Yeah.